It is my desire, my earnest desire, to see that Christians that call themselves Christians are truly Christians. They are Christians indeed, and not just by the name level, not just because they go to church, but because aside going to church, or in addition to going to church, in their personal lives, if there was no church, they would still be Christians. Sister, brother, don't allow the blessings that God give you to be a hindrance or a stumbling block to your prayer life. Sometimes even some what we call blessings are the traps of the enemy, even to hinder us from praying. Yes, sometimes it can happen like that. Hello beautiful people, thank you for coming back to watch my content. It is a proof of your trust in me, and I do not take it for granted. If you are seeing me for the first time, you are highly welcome. Today we are going to be talking about hindrances to prayer. Prayer in our Christian life is one of the, as not saying the only, is one of the backbones of our Christian life. You cannot live a victorious Christian life without prayer. So prayer, the importance of prayer cannot be overemphasized, right? Now, looking at the hindrances of prayer, we're going to see what makes us not to pray most of the time. What can be the cause that makes us not want to pray, or that makes us to be lazy in the place of prayer? The first on my list is to watch what you eat. Yes, I said it. If you're that kind of a person who prays early in the morning, yes, like who gets up in the night to pray, watch what you eat before you go to bed, because it can affect you. I am a living testimony. Quick story time. If you are a Cameroonian, you will know that ekwang is it's one of Cameroon's delicious dishes, okay? It is basically cocoyams that have been wrapped in cocoyam leaves, cooked with palm oil, crayfish, fish, meat, cow skin, what we call kanda, and many other things, pepper, country onion. This is not a cooking video. So it is really very delicious, and on me, I'm that kind of person who always gets up to pray, because if I don't get up to pray, I don't know how I can find time in the day to pray. So I always get up in the night to pray. On one Sunday like that, my neighbor cooked it and she gave my own. So prior to eating that, I had eaten my own food though, because me like this with food, when I come back from church, I just like to go straight and eat my food and then sleep very well, so that I can wake up and then feel refreshed and just start praying. So I had eaten and then I was sleeping, so she came and woke me up that I should come and eat a acorn that she prepared, because I told her that I love acorn. Yeah. So as I woke up now, since I was sleeping, I said I will eat it after. I kept it, I will eat it after I went back to sleep. And then the aroma kept hitting me. The aroma kept hitting me. So I was like, let me go and taste. Right. From tasting, I finally ended up eating that ekwang. What that did was I was bloated. Yes. Because I had trouble eating, then I came my head again. I was so bloated. So I was just so weak. I kept on sleeping and sleeping and sleeping and sleeping and sleeping and sleeping. And my prayer that early Monday morning was not it. It was not it. It was just kind of, God, take me through this day. If you can take me through it, because I really felt the food made me to feel so weak. I was feeling like something is wrong somewhere. You know, when you have a bad dream, you want to say Jesus, but Jesus is not coming. That is how I was feeling. I was feeling even the whole day, that day at the office, I was just so weak. I was not feeling my body, because I had eaten more than I could take. So if you're that kind of a person that study your system, how your system reacts to food. For me, I cannot eat meat too much. Yes, I would love to eat, but I cannot. If I eat too much, it's going to upset my system. Some kind of things are going to be happening, and that's some food that if I eat, my stomach is going to be make misbehaving, making some kind of way. So if you are that kind of person who has complication with food, please watch what you eat before you sleep, especially if you want to pray. So watch, I just had to bring it there. Watch what you eat before you sleep. It can hinder you from praying effectively or praying very well. The next point is similar to the first point. When you drain yourself out during the day, if you want to pray in the night, I'll be saying pray in the night because for people who are busy during the day like me, the night time is a very good time to pray. So when you drain yourself out during the day, you will find it difficult to wake up and pray because your body needs rest. In pidgin, we say body no be firewood. If you overwork yourself, study the way your system works and do things accordingly. If you have something to do during the day, do it so that in the night you will have time to rest. Playing excessively such that you will drain out, you will be worn out, you will be tired, you want to do everything. Study yourself. If you can do it and still pray, no problem. But if you are that kind of person that you cannot do it and still pray, minimize what you do during the day. Okay, if you can, right? I mean, try to find time not to exhaust yourself. You can plan. When you plan, it is said that planning is already 50% achievement. So when you wake up in the morning that from this time to this time, I will plan that I will do this, I will do this, I will do this, and you respect that plan, you will find out that you must, in that 24 hours, you must have time to rest so that in the night you can play, you can pray. Another thing that can hinder us from praying is sin. Yes, sin. Any kind of sin. When you lie before you want to come before God, you are like, what am I even? The devil can bring to your mind that you that is just from lying. What are you coming to do here? Look at yourself. What are you coming to do here? But what I want to say is that when you sin, come to God. Come to God. I don't mean that you will sin willfully because you want to do. After that, you say, after all, I heard in one video that when you sin, you come to God. No. When you fall, when you make a mistake, be bold enough to come to God. Because he says that he is faithful and just to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. Even with our thoughts, with your mouth, maybe you were angry and you said something that you were not supposed to say, or maybe if you have that kind of situation going around, come to God with boldness, okay, for the power not to sin again. It is a trap from the enemy that when we make a mistake or when we fall into sin, we start condemning ourselves. We say we are not worthy, that how can God even look at me again? No, when you make a mistake, be bold enough to come to God and say, Father, I have made a mistake. Don't sit back and condemn yourself that no, this has happened, that has happened, that will not happen again. This. You start analyzing that oh my God, yes, regret what you have done, but confess it before God. Come to God. It should not be like a stumbling block for you not to come to God. No, come to God yet. Even though you have sinned, the Bible says even our sin is red as crimson, still come to God. He can make it as white as snow. Now, the next thing that can hinder us to pray is too many good things happening around you or too many blessings. Yes, it can hinder you from praying. Because it will make you to be relaxed. Say, oh, I was praying for a job. Now that I have the job, let me rest. After all, the job is too demanding. I was praying to have a child. This child will not leave me to sleep in the night. Let me rest. Sister, brother, don't allow the blessings that God give you to be a hindrance or a stumbling block to your prayer life. Sometimes even some what we call blessings are the traps of the enemy even to hinder us from praying. Yes, sometimes it can happen like that, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that your blessing is the trap. It could be that it is. I don't know. You know. So I'm saying that sometimes we should be careful the way we handle the good things that come to us, because we can be too relaxed that we think, we keep postponing prayer. Meanwhile, before that thing came, you were praying. So another way, a way to deal with this is to always find new projects to do. If you are maybe too relaxed, that now that I have a job, let me rest. I don't pray for this job, let me rest. No, try to find another project so that you will depend on God. The aim is always to depend on God. That is what prayer does. Prayer will make you depend on God. Prayer is communication with God, so it makes you depend on God. So if you find yourself that you are too relaxed, almost stand up, look for something to do. God can be jealous of us up to the extent that if he notices that what he has given us is taking away our attention from him, he can make it such a way that you lose that thing. I'm not saying it will happen, but I say that it can happen. So be very careful not to be too relaxed that what God has put in your hands, it will cause him to take it back. Because what God has put in your hands can become a stumbling block, can become a hindrance. Don't allow that to be the case. If you see that it is becoming the case, try to look for more projects that you will make you to depend on God. You can start praying for the salvation of your family. You can do anything. Don't allow anything to make you to be relaxed, so not to pray. Okay. A word to be wise is sufficient. The very last point that I have here is that you don't love God enough, or you don't trust in God enough. Yes. Because prayer is talking with God. If you love God enough or more, you will want to always talk to him. Any small thing that happens, you will want to tell him. Yes. Or if you trust that if I pray, God will answer me. If you trust that, then you will pray. Yes, you will pray. So another reason or another hindrance for our prayer could be that we don't trust in God enough. I don't know much about you, but as for me, I have decided to personalize God. I have decided to own God. God belongs to me and I belong to him. So there is no way that I will spend 24 hours without praying to God. I understand that prayer must not always be to look for a particular time, look for to have a favorable condition before you pray. So with that understanding, even on the road, I have to pray. If I don't, prayer is like breathing to me. If I don't pray, what will I do? I have to pray. Even on the road, I pray because I trust God, because I have decided to put my trust in God, because I love God, because I know that he will come through, because I know that if I call on him, he will not forsake me. I know. That's why I pray. And the Bible commands us to pray without ceasing. If you love God, you will obey him. And if he said that we should pray without ceasing, if you love God, you will pray without ceasing. Loving God is not an emotional thing. It is what we do as a result of our love for God. I think I have a video on obedience. I'm going to link it in this video. Yes, you should check the description box for that video on obedience. It is my passion to see that more and more Christians love God, not just with their mouth, but actually with their actions, with their belongings, with everything that they have. Christians love God so much so that they decide that come rain, come sun, I have decided to be with God. I have decided to trust God. It is my desire, my earnest desire to see that Christians that call themselves Christians are truly Christians. They are Christians indeed, and not just by the name level, not just because they go to church, but because aside going to church, or in addition to going to church, in their personal lives, if there was no church, they would still be Christians. Because they pray, they study the word of God, they meditate, they depend on God. They don't depend on somebody who will come and supervise them. No, they depend on God. And as I said in the beginning, prayer is one of the backbones of a victorious Christian life. Already as a Christian, there are battles. How do you want to overcome that battle without praying? Only as you are a Christian, you don't even need to do any other thing. As you accept the Lord Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, you have entered the battle with the devil. The devil can go to any length just to frustrate you. So you need to be in constant communion and fellowship with God to keep your sanity. Yes, as a Christian, you are different from any other normal human being. What comes on your way as a Christian, most of the times, it is intentional. Yes. So you need to pray. I'm not frightening you, but you have to pray. I'm trying to make you see that you have to pray. Don't allow anything to hinder you from praying. Don't allow anything to take up your time. Even on the road as you are walking, be praying. Even as you are trekking, be praying. Sometimes you might be doing something, you might be cooking or doing something that will not need much of your concentration. You can pray while doing that thing. Yes! You must not only set alarm to go and pray. Oh. You can be praying. Maximize every opportunity to pray. Maximize opportunities to pray. Let your life be full of prayer. That wheresoever you are, you can just start. You don't need something to motivate you to pray. Be that kind of a Christian that you don't need motivation to pray. Anywhere you are, you can never say you run out of topics. You can pray for your church, your local assembly, pray for your pastor, you can pray for your family members, you can pray for your future. If you are not yet married, pray for your home. Oh, that's another level of battle. Pray that God will break you in such a way that you will serve. I'm not a marriage counselor. I just used to hear that marriage is service. I've never been married before. So if you have also heard that kind of thing like me, pray that God should help you to serve. Pray even for your own life. There are things in your life that you still need to trash. Pray that God will give you the mind, the soft heart to forgive. Pray that God will help you not to be jealous. Pray that God will help you and take away bitterness from your heart. There are people who might have done something to you that you are like, hey, the man do this thing for me. Hey, hold me. Pray. 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 Thank you so much for watching. Maranatha, Jesus is coming soon.